Welcome back to another week of the channel. We are bringing it back as usual. We are stepping into a winery at Auburn Vineyard, and it is one of the most amazing wineries that I've been in South Jersey. So if you have never taken the trip, it is for about 45 minutes outside of Philadelphia. You will enjoy it, so grab your bestie and have a great time.
Chardonnay, single serve Chardonnay vineyard from down on the road down the end there.
Oh,
okay, half stainless, half oak. Okay, very nice wine. We have two from Italy. One is a Bianco, which is a dry, to me, like almost like a
If I could have your
wine.
attention about what you're tasting tonight, over by the table, Jacopo Fanciulli describing what Ligurian wine is all about, and the Ligurian.
So this was over about 30 different wineries that came to, well, not wineries, but different wine tastings that came together. Some from Italy that aren't even available in the United States. And of course, nothing says wine like a good facciata, as well as different pastas. Pesto pasta is probably one of my favorites, only because it's as light as it can be, very much filling depending on which noodles and pasta you use. But we had a great time, me and my best friend. We had a time. Listen, let me tell you something about this particular gelato. That gelato was everything.
Yeah.
And this, I never had this one.
Then the
Sangiovese. Yeah.
But the Sangiovese is prominent.
That's what,
Thank you.
Are we
Grigios. I felt like Pigato kind of blended well with the Pinot Grigios, crisp and yet fruity. And then Working Dog is Pinot Gris, but the same grape.
awesome?
Let me see.
Yeah.
Yes.
God did that. He was like, let me spring a little happiness on here. This good. Give me this whole container.
Yo,
I need to take a barrel. Take a whole barrel.
girl.
And what a great way to start off a Thursday as we go into the weekend with all the things that are going to take place. Having wine and catching up with one of my besties was everything. But let's switch gears. We are on our way to New York because we are going to an event with BH Creators, which is the BH Photo as well as Pinterest. And if you've never taken a summer to New York, I highly recommend, whether you take the first class or the business class, the fact that they're serving wine on this amazing trip is absolutely, I've never taken the Acela, but I think that is definitely the ride for me, especially to New York, especially if I'm just by myself, because, you know, we went there a couple weeks ago, and with a family of 5, that's probably not practical, but for just by myself, sign me up. So at the BH Photo, as well as the BH, not BH, but Pinterest Creators, which I am definitely a member of, we were able to write our intentions as far as business concerned, and we had a great time. So at this event, we were able to actually rent out Nikon cameras, and we were able to test drive them. And let me just say, I probably would never use a Nikon at an event such as this. But if I was on like one event where I was just shooting from the top to the bottom, I probably would use this because the body on the Nikon is absolutely amazing. And you can see yourself whether you're doing photos and or recording. Now, here's where we're learning how to pose, which is one of those things that I struggle with, because as you're trying to change your body or your body is going through different changes, one of the things that I can admit, and I told the young lady who was helping me, was like, listen, there's certain areas of my body that I'm not as confident in. So how do I showcase those parts of my body? Because I don't want to do a lot of cutting and trying to cover up my body as much as possible. But if I'm ever having to be photographed, what are some of the things that I should be noticing? What are some of the poses that I should be paying attention to that will draw attention away from the areas that I don't want to be shown as much or I don't feel as confident in? And she listened to everything that I said. She took her time with me, which I appreciated because it was a rather long line. But as far as showing me how to pull in certain things, move your arm in certain ways, I really did learn a lot. And again, I'm hoping to use some of those poses that you're seeing right now in real time. And I'm hoping to use those in some of the content that I create, because as much as I'm want to, share as day to day, and I'm just like kind of like showing you all the things that's happening, when you're doing poses for just still shots, it's absolutely important to just feel more confident. And so I really do appreciate this event for showing me how to level up in the confidence level. So right off the bat, coming from Philadelphia to New York, not knowing anybody, but ran into one of your favorite content creators, which is Nene Jones. And she drills into J-Lo and her non-talented self. But after all of those things, it was definitely time to catch the train back to Philadelphia. But of course, in true fashion, it was time for me to find some food, which was very difficult. But of course, finding a cocktail was not. How do I find a cocktail but not food? Nonetheless, I probably survived off of thick noodles and a fruit punch juice for the next couple days. Actually, 48 hours. I have not eaten since then, but we'll get to that as well. So cheers to just taking a step out of the norm. Cheers to stepping out of the comfort zone, and cheers for being open to make new friends. I hung out with Nene Jones for the literally entire time that we were in New York at this event. Literally the entire time. So, from going from not knowing anybody that might have been there to enjoying my time, but getting back to Philly, yeah, I can say this trip was definitely worth it. And yeah, let's see what happens. 14 years of celebrating with the man that I love. It is time to switch gears to anniversary things. As you can see, my hair just got did. Yeah, your girl's looking good. Thanks to Miss Erica at Admirations Hair It Is. We went to Eddie V's, which is the first time that I've actually been there, and the food was dynamic. But here's the thing. Bigger than the food was just the amazing service. If you've never been and you're thinking, should you go? The answer is unequivocally yes. That food was delicious. Now, I'm a foodie, but when you can tell if I really like something is if I eat everything, and there wasn't anything that I just sat there and looked at. This wasn't one of those cutesy times where you just kind of fiddle with your food. No, everything you see was everything that we ate, and we had a time. 14 years being married to the same person is not exactly the easiest task from either side, but to know that to be considered is to be loved, the only request I had was to eat really well, and my husband said, say less. So cheers to 14 years, and I pray for 14 more. But the celebration was absolutely wonderful. And Eddie V's was just the perfection. Again, I'm going to say this one more time. It's literally not about the food. It's about the experience. And would I pull up again? Yes, we've been to Steak 48. We've been to Ocean Prime. But nothing says elegance, consideration, love, and good food vibes like Eddie V's. But of course, the next day, it was time to grab some food. We went to First Watch, had a couple of bites of food until we got home, and had to help my son get his phone fixed. So there it is. Thanks for watching. Happy Sunday.